So, hi everyone, and thank you for joining us for V Explorer's presentation of the beautiful country of Indonesia. Um, Basically, who we have with us, as far as moderators are concerned, we of course have Kay and Derek, who are the owners of V Explorer Tours. I am the sales rep for the Pacific Northwest, Oregon, Washington, Idaho, Montana. We have Ken online. He's our tech guy, and hopefully we won't have to hear from him. Assuming all the tech works. Um, and then last but not least is Kathy Measure, and she's the sales rep for V Explore in Northern California. She'll be moderating the presentation. Just to let everyone know, I'm sure most of you know who V Explore is. Probably most of you know Kay, but if you don't, because we did invite a long list of people, V Explore Tours is a custom FIT wholesaler for Southeast Asia. We do Vietnam, Thailand, Laos, Cambodia, Myanmar, and today we're focusing on our new destination, which is Indonesia. Now, right now, we start off by muting you, but if you want to unmute and talk, you're welcome to. If you want to ask questions, you can also send questions via the chat, and we can answer them at the end of the presentation. Presentation should take about 45 minutes or so. We did a test run, and that was about how long it took. So we'll just do the presentation. And again, if you have questions in the middle of it, we have kind of a small group here, so I think we can manage it. But if you've got dogs barking in the background or whatever it is, if you could mute yourself, that would be great. Anyway, so that's where we're going to go. So I'm going to turn it over to Kathy to start the presentation. And I hope everyone enjoys the learning process while we're all sheltering in place. So anyway, Kathy, you got it.
Oh, thanks, Kit. Well, welcome everybody. I know some of you up in the north may not know me, but I'm down here in California in the San Francisco Bay Area. So like Kit mentioned, our destinations are Cambodia, Indonesia, Laos, Myanmar, Singapore, Thailand, and Vietnam. As you know us, we have enthusiasm for authenticity and discovery in our private journeys, customized experiences, and small group tours. So we're going to take you on a little journey. So get on your magic carpet, keep your distance from each other, and off we go. So the Explorer is, as you know us, we're about exploring the legendary heritage, cultural treasures, and the stunning natural beauty. And you can see some of that in these pictures. On the bottom, the Cockcombs Island in southern Myanmar is in the Mergui archipelago. And you can see the nice heart-shaped little lagoon. And this is a great day trip that we can offer guests. They can go here and actually swim through a little tunnel to get to that lagoon and do snorkeling and diving. And the Tum Khao Long Cave is a beautiful cave. You can see the light entering it in Hua Hin, Thailand. So we offer all kinds of experiences that others really don't or can't. We really thoroughly research our itineraries, and we really want to inspire the curiosity of our guests. We pay extraordinary attention, as most of you hopefully already know, to the highest level of service and care of our guests. We provide a beautiful portfolio case with your documents and a letter that gives the information about your guide, so you can actually see the picture of your guide when your clients or whenever you may go overseas, and that way you don't have to worry about what your guide looks like or even maybe looking for a sign because you already know what he looks like. And of course, we really primarily only work with travel agents. So this is something for you that we don't go out to the public. Guides really have unprecedented insight into the region. We choose them to fit the individual interests of clients so that your clients have a personal touch, a really true traveling companion. We do have selected small group tours that will be escorted by our owners or a professional photographer so that they can share their expertise. And it adds a lot to the experience. And as I mentioned already, we have the beautiful portfolio case with the photo and the meeting information. Also, you can choose your style of travel. We do private journeys, customized itineraries, customized small groups, and you can see a myriad of special interest tours, cultural, adventure, culinary, and you can see so many things and many more as well. One of the experiences is the private house at Banvara Partip. And I know I don't pronounce that quite right, but it's a bunch of letters that normally in English aren't put together. Very interesting special retreat that is offered. It's only about a half an hour boat ride on the Chao Phraya River from Bangkok to Kokret Island. And it's famous for its pottery. Great for small groups. You can enjoy learning about the Thai culture, meditation techniques, and yoga. Learn authentic cooking techniques, arranging lotus flowers, making crafts, and even making the kratongs that you can float on the river. It's really you learn important aspects of the everyday Thai lifestyle. It has about 10 rooms, 20 guests. And our small groups are minimum of eight guests. And of course, then we have river cruising on the Mekong, on the Irrawaddy River and the Chindwan rivers. Both the Irrawaddy and the Chindwan are in Myanmar. And we also do pre and post river and coastal cruising. So regardless of whether it's river or coastal cruising, we can offer some very interesting shore excursions. Now to our newest destination, Indonesia. This is our primary focus today because this is our newest destination and we want to tell you what we do and what we do a little differently. As you know, we're an experiential company. Indonesia represents a highly diverse tropical paradise in an archipelago of about 18,000 islands. It has about 300 ethnic groups, 700 languages. No. It's located in the Indian and Pacific East main world and the fourth largest country population. The population is quite diverse. Again, it ranges from rural hunter-gatherers to modern urban life. It has 8 UNESCO world sites. It's a haven for nature lovers, and it's home to the fierce Komodo dragon and the largest stinky flower in the world. So you get a little idea of Indonesia. We're going to be talking a lot about Bali and some of the islands, Lombok, and we're going to be talking about Java and Papua over here. So you're going to see some of these areas as we talk about them. Mm-hmm. Bali. Bali is known as the land of God. It's prized for its natural beauty, located just below the equator, as you can read, 600 miles east of Jakarta, 1,000 miles north of Western Australia. The island really conjures up the image of friendly people, ancient temples, lush greenery, warm water, and high mountain peaks. Inspired by the Balinese culture of rejuvenation, rejuvenating the mind and soul, Bali's stunning white sand beaches, exotic spas, and healing ceremonies lure all of those people searching for pure relaxation and serenity. A magic part of Balinese culture everyone should experience are the rituals that includes its exotic music, dance, and drama. Well known for its world-class dive sites, outdoor and sports enthusiasts, they'll find plenty to entice them. So maybe biking, whitewater rafting, surfing, and mountain biking. Magahiri Rice Field in Munduk is about an hour from Ubud. It's great for nature walks, cycling, and you can really get into the culture of rice growing and understand how that's done. Also, for dance, there are about 3,000 dance forms from prehistoric tribal dances, Hindu, Buddhist type dancing to Islam. Just like everything Indonesian, tradition and diversity is really amazing. There's even a dance called 10,000 Men, and it really is a dance with 10,000 men dancing all together in rhythm, in sync, to say thanks for the harvest. I can't imagine choreograph that group. Um, on the bottom, you can see Tonalot Temple. It gives you an idea of a myriad of the sacred temples that represent the spiritual beliefs of the people. This particular temple is 20 miles northwest of Denpasar, and the temple sits on an ocean-whipped rock in sort of an ethereal setting, and it's in a chain of 7 temples. It was actually built to guard the coastline, as all the 7 temples were, to guard the coastline from disaster, and it's truly protected itself by a cave below it that harbors poisonous sea snakes. So it's protected, and it's protecting the coast. Java. Java lies southeast of Malaysia and to the west of Bali, and it's the most populated island on Earth. Nearly 2/3 of the island is in agricultural production. Jakarta is the largest city and capital of Indonesia. Java is also the heart of the nation and home to great antiquities and UNESCO sites such as the stupa of Borobudur. Borobudur is the largest Buddhist temple in the world. Spectacular in its architecture, it's a mix of indigenous ancestor worship and Buddhism. Java offers a lot of diverse wildlife, including many species of birds, monkeys, butterflies, the rare lesser one-horned rhinoceros, the slow loris, which you have a cute picture on the left, and many other animals. Yogyakarta is the cultural center of the island with great workshops, the Ramayana Ballet, and much more. Biking in the countryside and viewing the Javanese volcano of Mount Bromo at sunrise is magnificent. The island is irresistible with its modern city culture, the splendors of nature, smoking volcanoes, rainforests, and incredible white sand beaches. So what I'm focusing on are the different areas that VExplore offers. We offer all of Indonesia, but Bali, Java, and the destinations that I'm talking about right now are our primary focus. Raja Ampat. It's located on Papua, which is the most eastern island of the Indonesia archipelago, and it's comprised of itself 1,500 small islands. By definition, it's enchanting and beautiful and magnificent. It's a long journey to arrive at Raja Ampat, but that's part of its appeal because it's remote. The last leg, if you're traveling, no matter where you originate, is from Jakarta. And just from Jakarta alone, it's 4 hours away. So this is the ultimate experience for underwater enthusiasts because it's diverse living ecology. 75% of the world's species can be found here. Above the water, a variety of bird species exist in the lush tropical jungle, including the rare dancing bird of paradise. The people are very friendly, and the ambience lends itself to just wonderful experiences because the Papuan people really have a distinct hospitality, and they offer that especially through their dances and songs. And of course, you can see these 2 wonderful kids there on the beach with their homemade surfing boards. Raja Ampat also offers the ultimate serene and intriguing experience that really only a few can possibly dream of. Our next area is Komodo Island, and I'm sure most of you, if not all of you, have heard of the Komodo dragon. Uh, Komodo National Park is located in the center of the Indonesian archipelago. The island is, of course, famous for its dragon, and it's called a dragon because of its fearsome size and very aggressive behavior. These relics are from prehistoric times and live in the area of dry savanna and shrubland. They exist nowhere else in the world, and it's the largest living species of lizard and the last remnants of a species that used to inhabit Australia and Indonesia. They can grow up to 12 feet. They lure adventurers and scientists alike. But also, Komodo Island has rich coral reefs that host a diversity of underwater species, including sea turtles, whales, dolphins, and other sea creatures. So it's obviously very, very popular with divers. Another rare sight in the island is the pink beach. It gets its color from the microscopic animals that attach to the coral reef and then turn the beach pink. But Komodo Island in general has one of the most starkly contrasting landscapes in Indonesia and provides a rare and compelling experience for all nature lovers alike. Lombok Island, it's much less visited than Bali, but it has no shortage of attractions for water and nature lovers. For hikers, Mount Rinjani is Indonesia's highest volcano, and it offers an interesting challenge and spectacular views. Beautiful beaches abound, and Gili Meno, one of the small Gili islands surrounding Lombok, is defined by white sand beaches and a more secluded feeling. This is another of Indonesia's famous honeymoon destinations. Gili Air is great for families just wanting to relax, swim, and enjoy the horse-drawn carriages. Traditional village life provides cultural insight, and another rare pink coral beach can be found not too far away on the southeast part of the island. It offers a more remote experience. Lombok shines as a more off-the-beaten-track destination with its untouched nature, and it's ideal for getting away from it all. So the next section, those were really to tell you about our main focus in Indonesia, but we're going to talk a little bit again about VExplore and then tell you a little bit about some of our experiences. So on arrival, and you'll see this towards the end of the presentation, the VIP greeting on arrival, because when your clients arrive in Indonesia, they're whisked right when they get off the airplane. And they go through the fast track immigration service. Their luggage is taken care of, and basically they really have to do nothing. And they just, you can watch the long lines of everyone else coming in, and you just are whisked past and you're out of there in just a short while. So it's a very, very special greeting and fast track immigration. We're going to talk about our unique experiences not found on the website or even in our brochures. We do many things. We're not going to talk about them all, but we're going to talk about some of them. And of course, we can mix and match from our suggested itineraries. So what we suggest and what is in our brochures, those are basically just suggestions, and you can take little excerpts from one and add them to another or combine several itineraries. It depends on what your clients want to do. Oops.
Kathy,
Uh-huh.
you have to click to the OK.
Yeah, something happened there. Yeah, no, it just got stuck. Sorry about that. So some of our experiences are trekking, and it says completed by a private picnic with a magnificent view of Mount Batur. So you can start out around 3 or 4 a.m., pretty early, but if you really want to experience the sunrise. That's about when you're going to be picked up at your hotel. It's also best to hike in the morning because it's not so hot. However, the sunset time is actually more beautiful. So it's your decision when you want to do that. Uh, so you can be taken partway up the mountain or you can hike all the way. It's up to your decision. If you're going in the morning, the guide will set up a private breakfast picnic for you. And but you can choose when you really want to enjoy that picnic. As you descend, you might want to take a different way down to experience other scenery. The hike is about 1 to 2 hours. And after you hike, you might also want to take a bicycle ride to a remote village for an authentic cultural experience. But the area, you might see birds, monkeys, and various wildlife, but spectacular views because as Indonesia, full of volcanoes, full of spectacular views. So this might be your experience cycling through local villages, plantations, rice fields, and rainforests. Munduk, which is just an hour from Ubud, is an area of rolling mountains and beautiful scenery. It's less visited than other parts of Bali, and it offers outdoor adventures like jungle trekking. Um, Tamlagan National Nature Park is a wonderful area with waterfalls, rainforests, and twin lakes that are encircled by verdant hills. It's a fun experience for trekkers for sure. You might want to combine a Mount Batur trek with these experiences, and then continue with a half-day activity of biking to a remote village. So again, these are suggested itineraries or suggested ideas for you. Water rafting, snorkeling, diving, and surfing, big in Indonesia. There are lots of waterfalls and rivers for rafting and surfing. And of course, Indonesia, I'm sure many of you know, is #1 for diving and surfing in the world. Surfing is best in the Canggu area on the south coast. It's also an area known for its beautiful beaches and rice terrace fields. In Bali, Sumba Island in eastern Indonesia, and Nias Island, which is located off the western coast of Sumatra. These are all areas for great rafting, surfing, and diving as well. Okay, cuisine, cooking. Who doesn't like to eat? Compared to the rest of Indonesia, Bali really has a cuisine that's more healthy because it incorporates herbs and roots not only for cooking, but for medicinal purposes as well. So the combination of the two concepts produces an unusually healthy cuisine. The Balinese still eat traditional food more than Western food, but Western food can be found. It's usually sort of fusion style. Examples of components that are both medicinal and incorporated in cooking are turmeric, palm sugar, natural colors, ginger, and others, which you can see some of those in the left-hand photograph. And if you look at the right-hand photograph, you can see Derek there. Looks like he's cutting something. So it's a great experience for men, women, families, whoever. And again, who doesn't like cooking and eating, or at least eating, maybe not cooking sometimes, but we provide a lot of experiences for people to actually do hands-on, learn techniques through various cooking experiences. Rice field trekking, it's absolutely gorgeous. In the Munduk area, you can enjoy an hour walking tour with our guide, and he'll explain how the Balinese grow rice. He'll explain and identify the various types of rice and show how and when they are grown from start to finish. Just to give you an example, sticky rice usually takes 6 to 9 months to grow, while regular rice takes about 4 months. And after that, after your trek and learning about rice, you'll go back to the guide's village, and he'll host a special lunch And he'll probably also demonstrate his skills as an incredibly talented artist. Blessings. I think we all need blessings right now for sure. So to understand Indonesia, you really need to know that the spiritual wisdom and traditional practices are essential in everyday life. Blessings are essential to bring harmony to each person in the universe. So ceremonies and festivals are an integral part of daily life, as well as ancestor worship. To receive a blessing either as a fire blessing or a water blessing is a really special experience. And some of us who are on the November fam trip to Indonesia, we got to experience the water blessing. Um, so Bali is actually known as the island of holy water because of its many sacred springs. Water represents a flow of energy connected to emotion and intuition. The Balinese participate in water blessings regularly and believe that the rituals assist in cleansing our bodies on the physical, emotional, and spiritual levels. They also celebrate fire blessings, and this is an opportunity to offer your negative thoughts or unwanted energy into the fire so that they're purified, transformed into more positive energy. This healing ritual is known to be effective in helping one let go of any unwanted aspects in life. So both blessings actually assist in cleansing our bodies of the physical, emotional, and spiritual levels. So it's a real interesting, special experience. Another great experience that we offer is textiles. We have a number of textile experiences. Each region of Indonesia offers its own type. For those interested in textiles, there are so many islands and types of fabrics. You can learn about dyeing fabrics, stamping fabrics, ikat weaving, and so much more. It's not just about watching these techniques and how they're done, but VExplore actually offers the chance to participate and hands-on experience so that you can bring home a unique souvenir that you actually crafted yourself. And of course, wellness. We're all aware of wellness these days. So what's special about a wellness trip to Bali? It's the fact that Balinese massage is both the original and traditional style. Yoga is also popular in Bali. There are many, many, many places in Bali to practice yoga. The focus on yoga in Bali is more about the mind than technical manipulation of the body and poses. It's more about relaxing the mind first so that then the body will relax as well. What is unusual in Bali is that most of the yoga facilities are actually outside. This gives a more natural environment compared to being inside. So now what you see on the screen, and it may be really hard to read, and we really don't expect you to read this, but, and you can go on to our website later and take a look at our brochure so you can see it up close and personal. But I'm going to talk about our Indonesia brochure in particular. And these are suggested itineraries. So I'm not going to read through the itinerary. I'm just going to talk in general about the different experiences or sort of the highlights and ideas of each one. So the first one is Explore Indonesia and Bali. This is really a great overview of Indonesia as a destination in general. So for someone who wants basically a basic overview, this is a perfect itinerary. So some of the highlights include cycling through orange plantations and a hike up to Mount Batur volcano, which I already talked about a little earlier. We will also, of course, as I mentioned, set up a picnic for a family on the mountaintop just in time to either enjoy a sunset or early in the day. The next itinerary we're going to talk about is Java and Borneo. So this is actually a great itinerary that we're looking at now, Explore Indonesia and Bali, where you can match with the components of the next itinerary. So we'll take a look at that right now. Java, Bali, and Borneo. This is an eco trip. Ecotourism is high on the list of many people. This offers highlights of Indonesia as well that can be found in the previous itinerary. But for those wanting to explore the ecosystem more in depth, there are activities such as horseback riding, a boat ride to visit Camp Leakey, which is named after, of course, the famed paleoanthropologist Louis Leakey. And here you're going to see the orangutans. There is much less sightseeing in this itinerary. Another highlight is having lunch at the home of a well-known artist and enjoying his knowledge and hospitality. You might enjoy a guided jeep tour and horseback riding and a view of Mount Bromo on this itinerary. There's a lot of walking and deep exploring. It's something similar to the type of experience that you might find while traveling in the Amazon jungle as well. The animals and the indigenous populations are quite different, but this is an itinerary for those that love more the unique nature and deep eco experiences. So again, you might want to combine some of these components with Explore Indonesia and Bali for even a more comprehensive journey. Bali family adventure. Most people think of Bali for just beach activities, but Bali really offers a lot of outdoor adventure and family-friendly experiences. On this itinerary, accommodations are on the outskirts of Ubud, and that's to avoid touristy crowds. However, it's easy to go to the city center still because most hotels offer complimentary transport. The itinerary focuses on activities and the Ubud culture. Some of those activities include trekking, cycling, canoeing in the rainforest. And in the rainforest, you can see beautiful waterfalls, flora, and fauna. In the area of Munduk National Park in Ubud, you will visit non-touristy temples and other sites. The Explorer includes Menjagan Island. So most travelers go only to the south or the east of Bali, but the Explorer includes the west, Menjagan Island. It's better and less touristy. It's an area great for snorkeling, diving, and surfing. After a wonderful adventure, such as some of those things, your clients and their friends or their family can relax on Nusa Dua Beach before they return home. So this would be a great itinerary to mix and match with Bali diving or combined with Bali diving for an ultimate and more comprehensive experience. So of course, the next slide is Bali diving. The Explorer offers a number of dive options. Menjagan Island, as I mentioned in the west, is one of the 3 top destinations in Indonesia for diving. If only snorkeling, also the best area is Menjagan Island. Other options I'll mention a little later. We'll talk about private diving charter ships. And we'll be talking about Raja Ampat as well as Lombok, which are 2 of the 3 other top diving destinations. Exploring the best of Bali and Lombok. This is a cultural sort of soft adventure type of itinerary. It covers all the highlights that a tourist might want to see, but also explores less touristy areas and beaches in Bali and Lombok. It's Lombok for the more well-traveled visitor. The traveler can still experience all the culture of Bali and Ubud, but stay in less touristed areas. Great for families, couples, honeymooners, as well as anyone wanting less touristed, populated journey. One experience that can be fun is visiting the Wanagiri Hills. Now you see on the top slide, you see the guy looking out on a sort of promontory. This is sort of a fun experience. It's now become very, very popular. It's an area 2 hours from Ubud in the northern mountainous region of Bali. It's really famous for astonishing views, and it swings or nests where the viewer can attain rare photographs as they swing out into space or stand on a precipice like this guy, viewing coffee plantations, lakes, waterfalls, an amazing array of sights. Next itinerary for wellness. This itinerary appeals a lot to women's groups and individuals, of course, interested in meditation, yoga, fitness, and culture. All the facilities that we use are fully equipped for yoga and fitness. One of the unusual facilities offers a fitness center completely outdoors for a luxurious and more natural experience. This itinerary is perfect to combine with elements of the textiles and cultural itinerary for more comprehensive experiences. We explore, we choose the properties for facilities that include all activities such as wellness, yoga, meditation, spa, so that they provide relaxing days for those clients. They are away from cities. Cedaman, which is an hour to an hour and a half from Bali, you're going to see the original Bali, surrounded by lush rice terraces that wrap around the hills and cascade down the valley floor. You can't really imagine a more astonishing and spiritual location. Activities abound in Ubud, and you can experience a fire blessing we already talked about at the Five Elements retreat. The Kongu Como property is the first property, which is all outdoors, as I just mentioned. It's very unusual. So all of these retreats and resorts and areas offer lots of experiences, so you don't really have to go anywhere. You've got everything just where you are. So our textile, culture and textiles. This itinerary is perfect for yoga teachers, women's groups, and others. Yoga instructors might want to escort, you might want to contact yoga instructors in your area because they might want to escort a customized group and even combine this with the wellness itinerary or elements of it. Travelers visit villages that produce traditionally made textiles. Java offers textiles, but they tend to incorporate a little more modern techniques. So we take you to many different areas, but travelers want to experience the interesting and traditional ways of life in more remote villages. And they can experience the double ikat and the single ikat and learn how to stamp and dye fabrics or textiles. Flores, which is an island east of Komodo Island, is spectacularly beautiful, and it's the area where most villages still practice the traditional weaving techniques. So you can learn the very detailed techniques of traditional weaving and even enjoy a hands-on experience. So now we get to a little bit back to diving. This is about our liveaboard, the ships that we offer for a liveaboard sailing experience. They're private charters, and we use 2 boats in this area. Both of them accommodate between 10 and 12 guests. And we have the Leela and the Tiger Blue. So the Tiger Blue is on the left. You can see it's got a little blue color there. The Tiger Blue is a little bit more of a traditional ship. The Leela is a little bit more modern. They're wooden 2-masted ships. The itineraries include sailing to Komodo Island, Raja Rampa, Banda Island, Alora Island, Flores, Komba, and other areas. On Alora, in the Alora Islands, which comprise there are many islands, and there are almost 100 tribes in this area. They're very remote tribes. They're sort of isolated, so you have a lot of experiences, not just just diving, but you have land experiences as well. The other thing that's very interesting about these private charters is that you can even create your own itinerary. There are so many vast areas that are unexplored that you can really ask to create your own itinerary around the eastern islands of Indonesia. These ships offer all-inclusive experience, snorkeling, diving, all the activities, full board meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So everything is really included. And as I mentioned, on Flores Island and some of the other islands, Sumba, Alor, you can experience life in remote and native villages. It's not at all touristy. And what we suggest is at least 3 or 4 days for Komodo and Raja Ampat. We recommend 4 to 7 days, really. The minimum is 3 to 4. Raja Ampat, the season is between October and March. Komodo is from April to September. But of course, you know that you can call and ask Kay. She has all this information and will be able to tell you when's best and what's the best to do. But this is a really interesting option, private charters. Another very interesting experience is the Aqua Blue. This is the first luxury yacht of its kind in the archipelago. It was built in 1968 as a British explorer and completely refurbished with a full makeover. It has 15 individual, whoops, what happened? Sorry, something happened here. Can you still see my screen, everyone?
Yes.
Hey, can you still see my screen? It went, sorry. I don't know what happened here. It went, sorry, just a second here. Okay, sorry. Anyway, the Aqua Blue is the first luxury of its kind. So it was designed for varied interests on land as well as water activities. Besides Raja Ampat, the ship now sails from Bali to Komodo National Park and around the Spice Islands, and also to less visited islands. This ocean-going ship has a spa, jacuzzi, multiple sunbeds, and a workout area. And the food that is offered is sustainably sourced seafood with a focus on Bali and East Indonesian ingredients. Sailing through Raja Ampat the season is usually December to February. And as I mentioned, Bali to Komodo is from April to September. The Spice Islands from October to November. 7-night cruises for all 3 itineraries are considered luxury, and approximate starting is around $7,500 double occupancy per person. V-Explorer offers customized pre- and post-shore excursions for all of these sailing experiences. I'm going to tell you now about another one that you're very familiar with, Star Clippers, because Star Clippers is a true sailing experience. Aqua Blue is a luxury ocean going, and Star Clippers is really sailing. They only motor when absolutely necessary. They offer a variety of itineraries in the Indonesian archipelago and also in Southeast Asia, including Thailand, Cambodia, Malaysia, and other destinations. Visits in Indonesia include Gili Islands, Komodo, Bali, and other islands as well. And these are areas where other ships can't visit. And the same with the luxury yacht Aqua Blue. So we have, what's on the screen is our flyer which offers suggestions for shore excursions for any of our experiences in Indonesia. You can also see this on the website, and you can also ask for something personally customized. So again, just suggestions. All small group departures, these are going to be hosted by one of our experts at VExplore Tours, as I mentioned earlier. So we have a number of small group tours. The one, Explore Indonesia, is for 2021. And it's exploring the culture and hospitality in Bali and rice field trekking, hiking in Komodo, visit magnificent temples in Central Java, visit the cultural center of Yogyakarta, and even enjoy an ancient blessing ritual in Ubud. The essence of Thailand, well, we'll see how this goes this year. It's every year in November, so if it's not possible this year for some, it will be there the following year. Every November, it's a fantastic festival, and it's something really, if you're going at that time of year, you shouldn't miss. It's known as the Thai Festival of Lights. Loy Krathong is one of Thailand's most enchanting festivals. The Thai people, because of their agricultural background, it's been an agricultural country for forever. They honor the river. They pay respect to the river. And so they make a little krathong and float it down the river, to say thanks and also ask for forgiveness. The Thais now also see it as a time to dispel misfortune, wash away the sins of the past year, and make wishes for the coming year. In the north, the Thai people celebrate Yi Ping, which is the Lantern Festival. But the idea is the same. They send the lanterns into the sky, where Loy Krathong, they put the krathongs and float them on the river. Wellness Thailand, of course, we've talked about this, so this is to be announced. We don't have a date yet, but it would be a great small group to refresh and rejuvenate and find the balance between body and spirit. So it's a fantastic group trip. Again, and most of our groups are a minimum of 8, but they're normally around 10. Yoga sessions, interacting with locals, amazing natural beauty. The soul of Vietnamese cuisine is really an interesting itinerary. This is the very experience, as it honors the depth of Vietnamese cuisine that Anthony Bourdain found really so special. He loved Vietnam, and you will have the chance to experience the authenticity of those special little places as you enjoy them, and the little places he discovered and he loved so much. So very, very special itinerary. Secret Adventures and Treasures of Vietnam is another really unique itinerary. It's a surreal landscape of scenery, including Cambodia. You can experience off-road biking, venture through truly remote villages, ethnic markets, and explore cave systems and landscapes that, if you ever saw the movie Kong Skull Island, which was out a few years ago, pretty amazing landscapes and cave systems. And of course, Vietnam has the largest cave system in the whole world. So some adventures include even swimming and walking, hiking through these cave systems. And of course, we have a special promotion, Essential Bali. It combines the best of Balinese rural culture, ancient, spiritual, and beautiful beaches. It's only $15.58 for 6 nights. So now I'm going to show you a video that gives you a tiny bit of our fam trip, shows you a little bit how you'll be greeted at the airport. You'll see us being met right off the plane and whisked away past immigration and customs. So I'll play this for you right now. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that short little video, and I hope you enjoyed learning about V Explorers Indonesia. I know we went a few minutes over time, but I still hope you enjoyed it. I'm sure that we can provide the best options for your travelers, whether they're going to Indonesia or other parts of Southeast Asia. And as we mentioned before, we will have a recording of this webinar on our website for your future reference. So um, you can go to our website, probably tomorrow, maybe. I'm not sure. I have to ask Ken, maybe he can tell us, but it will be on there. And I also want to tell you that stay tuned for announcements about our upcoming webinars. The next one will be about Vietnam. So you'll discover our own unique slant on exploring Vietnam through VExplore Tours. So I want to thank you for joining us today. And if you have any questions, Kay, Derek, I, and Kit are here to assist. So thank you again. Stay well, stay safe, and I hope we can get people traveling soon again. So I'll turn it back over to Ken, and any questions? Kay is here. She's our expert, so is Derek, and I'll let them take it from here. Okay. I don't know if there are any questions.
So far, I got some chat from Dan, from someone. He mentioned any resort hotel. So we offer a 5-star. We offer all the hotel resort from superior to luxury 5-star collection, or any like small boutique rental house as well. Yeah. Just make sure.
Okay. Okay.
Kit's still here? I don't know. Kit's here?
Kit?
Kit? Where's Kit?
I don't know.
Amy?
I'm here. Sorry, I had to unmute it.
Oh, okay.
Hi, Amy. Thanks for joining. Any question? If anyone have a question, I'm happy to answer. If not, then we wrap up at 2 minutes.
Okay. Okay, Kit, you have anything you want to say? Maybe.
Well, I just want to say thank you for joining us. Amongst your busy, hectic schedule, or maybe not, as we're all sheltering in place right now, and I'm bored out of my mind. But this was a nice diversion. It's a nice diversion for me. Anyway, I do appreciate you all attending. We had about 40 agents come, which is good. We appreciate it, and obviously we're all looking forward to things getting back to normal. So anyway, just wishing everybody the best, and we'll see where we go from here. Anybody have any questions?
I don't think so, because
You answered the. I saw that you answered the chat. Yeah.
yeah.
All right.
I just want to say thank you for everyone on behalf of VExplore Tours, Derek and I. Thanks for everyone support VExplore in the past, and hopefully we can work again together in the future very soon. Stay safe and healthy, everyone. Love you all. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.